Hold your cash and be prepared. Elon Musk warns what's coming is more than a recession. A major economic storm is expected soon. Even Elon Musk, the well-known entrepreneur, is raising a red flag about the incoming danger. Naturally, this raises concerns about what lies ahead. But fear not, we've got your back. We're here to offer you practical guidance on how to navigate through these difficult times. But before we begin, remember to like, subscribe, and share with your friends and family. Let's start. Elon Musk thinks that the situation that's coming up is similar to the one in 2007, when the subprime mortgage crisis occurred. He put it this way: I think we're headed for a recession in 2023. It's difficult to predict what will cause it, but it could be a mild to moderate recession, similar to the one we experienced in 2009. It's always better to be safe than sorry, so we should be prepared for the worst case scenario while hoping for the best. So, let's talk about what happened during that period so we know what to expect. It all started when millions of customers received low-interest mortgage loans due to lower prime rates since 2001. These loans were appealing, so more people wanted to buy new homes. However, interest rates unexpectedly rose in 2005, making it more difficult for people to afford the high housing costs. As a result, prices skyrocketed, and even well-qualified borrowers struggled to meet rising expenses. Many people thought having such large debts was unfair and excessive. Housing demand fell, and subprime borrowers were trapped in a financial hole they couldn't escape. The results were disastrous. It made making the first loan payments difficult, especially for those with adjustable rate mortgages, ARM. To make matters worse, people couldn't sell their homes for a profit because housing demand was rapidly declining. So, they were stuck with properties that were losing value. It was difficult, and most suffered significant losses due to the economic downturn. If that wasn't enough, the banks took the risky step of terminating loans to subprime customers. The decision had a knock-on effect. It caused a drop in home prices and demand. Despite that, the banks faced difficulties because those loans were part of their assets. It became difficult for them to track those loans, resulting in a freeze in credit facilities. This, in turn, limited the availability of loans for creditworthy businesses and individuals. At this point, you might have hoped for the worst to be over. However, the challenges continued. The next consequence was that businesses had to make tough decisions and cut back on spending and investments. Sadly, this led to many people losing their jobs. With more people out of work, there's less demand for goods and services, further slowing down the economy. During this period, Elon Musk announced that Tesla plans to downsize its salaried workforce by 10% within the next 3 months. However, he also mentioned that they expect an increase in hourly workers. As a result, the reduction in salaried employees will only make up around 3 to 3.5% of the total employees. This decision was part of Tesla's strategy to optimize its workforce and accommodate expansion plans. During the recession, automakers such as Chrysler and General Motors faced bankruptcy and were forced to rely on government assistance through bailout programs. People were worried about their financial situation because they had less money to spend. This led to a decline in consumer confidence, causing people to become more cautious about their spending and to prepare for future emergencies. The tough times resulted in the recession of December 2007, which caused a lot of problems. Poverty rates went up from 12.5% to 15%. It was hard for people and businesses to get back on their feet. Later, in 2010, when the American economy was struggling, the government introduced the American Recovery and Reinvestment Act. The aim was to boost the economy by injecting funds into the budget, creating jobs, and assisting those most affected by the crisis. However, the results turned out differently than expected. Unfortunately, many young adults and children found themselves in poverty, with the poverty rate reaching a staggering 22%. As if that wasn't alarming enough, the stock market suffered a massive blow, losing an astonishing 57% of its value, equivalent to a mind-boggling $16 trillion. During a recession, the wealthy men may seem to thrive while others struggle to make ends meet. It's a classic example of the rich getting richer and the poor getting poorer, phenomenon we often see. Preparing for tough times is essential to saving money and creating a safety net. As the saying goes, when it rains, it pours, and you don't want to be caught in a downpour without an umbrella. So start saving now and be prepared for whatever the future may bring. The economic downturn didn't just affect the United States, it significantly impacted other countries too. For example, Latvia expected its economy to shrink by 25%. People from all over the world who had invested in US companies also faced tough times. This gives us an idea of what might happen next, and Elon Musk has suggested that inflation could be on its way. It's important to be ready for difficult times. Take steps to improve your finances and protect yourself from the possible effects. So, how can you safeguard yourself from possible hardships? One approach is to explore side hustles, like selling unused items or offering your writing talents on platforms such as Upwork. Practicing financial discipline is also crucial to setting aside at least 15% of your earnings in a savings account. These steps will help you establish a safety net for challenging times. Saving $1,000 as an emergency fund is the first step towards establishing a solid financial foundation. This serves as a small buffer for dealing with unexpected expenses. Any money you have that is not tied to retirement, such as stocks or other valuable items, should be liquidated and added to your savings. Whether it's $1,000 or $10,000, keeping it in a savings account will provide you with financial security and peace of mind. During a recent podcast, Elon Musk shared some intriguing insights. He jokingly stated that hope is all we need to save the economy from a potential recession. While it may appear sarcastic, he emphasized that relying solely on hope is not a viable strategy. So, what does he mean by, "let us hope for the best"? In this statement, Elon Musk refers to the Federal Reserve as a potential savior of the US economy. He expects the Fed to intervene and lower interest rates to combat the recession. He does not, however, rule out the possibility of the worst-case scenario, which he believes has a better chance of occurring. Ironically, when we look to the Federal Reserve for hope, they seem to go against our expectations. In recent meetings, the Fed has consistently increased interest rates by 0.75 percentage points. And guess what? They're probably going to do it again at their next meeting. This situation necessitates more than just hope. The Fed's commitment to raising interest rates shows they are determined to tighten monetary policy, even if it means ignoring possible consequences. According to this assessment, there's only about a 30% chance that everything will be fine, while there's a concerning 70% chance that a recession will occur. You might wonder, how does this affect me? It's critical to be prepared for potential layoffs and not be too comfortable in your current position. It's essential to keep your options open by diversifying. It might be a good idea to start thinking about a backup plan in case you become unemployed. One potential route is to use your skills to make money online. Platforms like LinkedIn can be a goldmine of opportunities, especially for those who are tech-savvy. Many companies seek remote workers with coding and other technical skills. Pursuing a career in this field may be worthwhile if you have these abilities. In these challenging times, embracing new possibilities and securing financial stability may open doors to exciting opportunities. That's not all. Elon Musk wants you to know the risks of margin debt. To demonstrate his point, he used the example of Broadcom, a company whose stock dropped 97% in less than a year. Consider the financial ruin that would have resulted if you had taken out a low-margin loan for that stock. Although Broadcom eventually recovered and reached even higher levels, Elon stresses the importance of extreme caution when dealing with margin debt during widespread stock market panic. It's an urgent warning to be careful and think about the potential risks. Let's look at a few perspectives to see why margin debt can be so concerning. Individual investors may become concerned if the value of their investments falls below the minimum required by their broker. This can result in a margin call, in which you must inject additional funds to meet your broker's minimum value. Unfortunately, market trends can change unexpectedly, putting you at risk of substantial losses. Margin debt can serve as a warning sign for a potential recession on a larger scale. A prime example is the Great Recession of 2008, when margin debt surged by over 60%. This also suggests that margin debt can be used to predict an economic downturn. Elon Musk strongly warns against the dangers of margin debt, highlighting its risks for individual investors and the overall economy. He acknowledges that recessions are part of the natural cycle that eventually resolves. Despite the chaos of a recession, Musk holds on to the belief that it will ultimately lead to a positive transformation and economic recovery. He suggests that the Federal Reserve might intentionally introduce instability to pave way for a much-needed reset, leading to a much healthier economy in the long run. While the possibility of a recession looms, Elon Musk suggests preparing for the challenges ahead. He advises patience and waiting for 12 to 18 months for the economy to stabilize before making significant investments or starting a new business. Though it may seem like a lengthy delay, it can prove beneficial in the long run. In the meantime, you should put your plans on hold and save any money you receive. Elon Musk's perspectives on the recession have sparked debate. On Twitter, where posts are not censored, he expressed pride in witnessing the recession and chastised specific groups, referring to them as fools. He believes that the recession will serve as a wake-up call to people, teaching them that not everything in life is easy. He specifically mentioned how the COVID-19 period stay-at-home measures may have contributed to a sense of laziness and how the recession will help people realize the value of hard work. To prepare for a possible recession, Elon Musk's company Tesla had to make difficult decisions, including layoffs. He describes this as a difficult move that contradicts his intentions. It is undeniably stressful for any employer to let go of valuable employees due to unexpected economic changes and the desire to protect the company from the worst-case scenario. Tesla is also planning additional layoffs in the coming quarter. That's all, folks. We want to hear from you if you're facing uncertainties and potential challenges due to the impending economic storm, just like Elon Musk. Share your thoughts and experiences in the comment section below. We would love to hear back from you. We hope you found this video informative. Remember to hit that like button, and while you're here, subscribe to our channel and stay up to date with our latest content. Please share this video with your friends and family. Your support means the world to us. Thanks for tuning in.